Okay. Let me go in here. I gotta make sure we got some sound. How do I get to this? Let me go here. What's up, guys? Come on in. Just want to make sure I got some sound. What's up, guys? Come on in. She got sound. What's up, guys? Come on in. Welcome back. For the returning ones, for the ones that's returning, thank you. And for the new ones, thank you for choosing my platform. Come on in. Invite others. Let's talk. Let's share. Let's do this thing. Also, I do promote the mass following. So if you guys want to do that in here, that's fine. But I have a message to put out. So this platform is all about teaching you how to operate in your purpose, self-love, to be the best version of yourself. That is my job, to keep you in alignment and help you get to the next level of the best version of yourself. That is what I'm about. If y'all have not purchased your book, because we're going to be doing a book club, and it's on my website. My link is in the bio. The book name is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble website. Get your copy and then go in the link. The book club is going to be free, and we're going to go over different things. So you guys, make sure you go and do that for me. Support your girl. I hope y'all having a good day. How are you guys doing? What is the weather like where you are? Are you snowed in? Is it icy? Is it a storm? Are you affected by the flood? We got a mixture going on outside right now. Come on in, come on in. Let me get some music. I'm trying to get set up and do some small talk. Okay. What's up, guys? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's do... Come on in. Just get some background noise. That's what I want to do. What's up, guys? Come on in. What's up? What's up? I'm glad you guys are back. So anyway, we're going to get started. More folks will join. You guys like, share, follow, bring others in. You know the routine. Let's make it happen. So today I was, I don't know what's going on with my music. I guess it'll kick in when it want to. I was working on my second book, right? So my workbook, I was working on that today, and I was excited, and I was going over some of the things like, you know what, it's so amazing of where I came from and how far I've come from writing the first book. The first book was Trinity Walk to Self-Love, and if you guys haven't got it, go get it, okay? It's on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble website, so go there. What's up, Sean? Thank you. So listen, and so I was just thinking about how far I've come, because when I had to write the self-love journal, it wasn't a thing that I wanted to do. God was like, hey, this is going to happen, because everything we do, as we talk about, you are doing for the next person. It has nothing to do with you. It is all about the testimony for the next person. So that's what happened. Thank you for the follow. So I wrote it in a place of when I was healing, from my healing place. See, I was able to hear differently. I was able to hear God, real boldly and clear. And I wasn't listening with my hurt ears anymore. I wasn't reacting to things with my hurt emotions. I was able to react from a place that I had never been before, which was real peace, real love for not just others. I knew how to love others unconditionally, but I did not know how to love myself. So writing that book, I was learning how to love myself, right? And I went through that healing process, the whole dark night of the soul, the awakening. I went through all of those things. And so writing it, it was just so clear. I was able to allow God to just let the pen flow, let my fingers type. And I was confident in my judgment on, hearing God's voice, right? So it wasn't one of those things like, well, God, is you telling me to do that? I knew. It's just, I was so confident, because when I prayed and I'm like, okay, God, God, I ask that you allow me to step back and you allow the Holy Spirit to take over. And the only thing that come out of my mouth or, whatever it is, pen, writing, or typing is from you. And I was able to trust that. So that was amazing feeling when I was doing that. So right now that I'm working on the workbook, which is the second part, is kind of after you do the self-love, then what, right? So it's so important that I keep it going because some people, I don't care if it's only one person that bought the book and it's affecting them in the way that it is helping heal them, right? And get them to the next level. Then this workbook is going to keep them on that journey. See, it's not about when you do things, it's not about what are you going to get from it. It's not about, you're going to have that title bestseller. Well, I am, but because I spoke it into existence, but at the same time, I'm not going about my day like why and stressing about this book or why this is not happening. Why? Because it's going to happen in its own timing. And so I say that to say this to you guys, for you guys that are starting your business or whatever it is that you're pursuing to do. I don't care if it's a friendship, relationship, situationship, business, whatever it is. If you set your mind to it and set good intentions with it, blessings will come with it. Blessing, matter of fact, the end result will be blessed. So it takes a little while sometime. And the reason why it takes so long, you know how they say blessings, it take a while, they're coming in God's timing. I believe that it's not that it's coming in God's timing. It's the fact, when are you going to accept it in? When are you going to relax and say, okay, I set my intentions. My intentions are good. So now I'm going to operate as if I know it's already going to come regardless. See, what happens is we say, God, well, I want this and I want that and I want this. God, please give me this. And then you get this man or you get this woman or you get this business and then you don't treat it right because your intentions was to love it a certain type of way, do it a certain type of way, this, that, and the third. But when it came to you, you decide to switch the game up, right? So let's talk about relationships because we all have done it. That person that you begging for God to bring to you, like, hey, God, can you bring this person to me? I just want this person because this is your person and blah, blah, blah. And God, bring that person to you. He bring them to you. You done went through all this healing and he bring that person to you. And then your intentions was when you get this person, you're going to be submissive. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. You're going to treat them like this and you're going to treat them like that. But when you get that person, what happens is you start looking at them kind of crazy or you start changing who you are to fit in with what they like at this moment in time. So you change the whole trajectory of what it and how it's supposed to go. You can't do that. If you said, God, this is what I want, and you put good intentions on it, when it get to you, you keep those same intentions. Even if that person doesn't seem like they're interested in you, even if they feel it seemed like, okay, well, this ain't working. Maybe I'll switch up and be a little lenient. Well, guess what? You've messed it up already because the reason why they're not comfortable with it is because their spirit is not ready for you. It does not mean that they don't want you. You don't change who you are. You keep your intention set on what it is, because what does that intention do? It helps you create the boundaries. It helps you set up boundaries to what's going on in your life. So therefore, when that person that you've been begging for come back, right? And you have boundaries, you have to be okay with if he or she don't want to go with your boundaries. You have to be okay with letting them go. Thank you, Sean, for all the likes. You have to be okay with letting them go and not worrying about are they going to come back. But as I tell people, don't go in prayer for people, because this is what happened. This is what happened. You go in prayer and you're asking. Okay, Brooklyn, listen, you go with this whole thing. You want something, God, this is what I want. But see, you can't have your mind set on the specific person, because I'm going to tell you what happens. And it happened to me. So I had this attachment, had no idea why I'm attracted to this person. I have no idea. Bro, you ain't even my type. I don't know where you came from. What did you come? But all of a sudden, this guy is all in my mind. I can't stop thinking about this guy. It's like, what it is. I never even talked to the guy. I don't know what it is. Like, what is happening? See, the thing is, your person that God have for you, you may not meet that person yet or have met that person yet. But God knows what's going on. But your person is out there manifesting you, a person like you, a person with love, a person that's just like you, but his mind is set on, or her mind is set on a certain type of person or a particular person, maybe their ex, but they're asking. And when they're asking and talking to God about things, that's called manifestation. You're manifesting these things, right? And so then here it is, this person that you dream of to have shows up, but it's not the face that you think it should be. Now you confused because you don't know what to do with this person. And what you end up doing with the person that God sent, you end up mistreating that person because you think that's the one the enemy sent. And you're only going to think like that when you don't know how to hear God's voice. You don't know his voice. A lot of people say they're tapped in. A lot of people say they're awakened. I am working on some things first. Listen, a lot of things, we sit around and we try to figure out like, okay, why is this and why is that? And then when the good thing happened, we're like, this too good to be true. Like, you too good. Like, your life is well put together. Nobody's life is well put together. So therefore the enemy had to sin. So we go and we listen what our hurt is. But remember, we are awoken. We walk around. I had to go through my awakening. I'm spiritually grounded. I know what's going on, but you don't know God's voice. You cannot go in asking God for something, right? With your mind set on it being someone else. Thank you, Manuel. Being someone else. Because you're going to mess around and mistreat and dismiss the blessing that God got for you. The blessing that is going to bring generational wealth into your bloodline. And then you're going to come back with the ham and cheese face looking crazy, talking about some, oh man, now you're guilty and you're shamed. Now you got to go and apologize. See, that's what the enemy wanted all along. He wanted you to have confusion. He wanted you to have the guilt and the shame, because as long as you have guilt and shame, you will never step up to the plate, because too much ego and pride to go in to say, I apologize. Please let me fix this. I did not know who you were. So like I said, for my situation, I didn't understand. And, I would see this guy and I'm like, yo, I don't even, what in the world? I can't even understand it. But here it is. I got my stuff together. This dude is insecure. Like, no, you got your stuff too much together. No. I can't. What? Girl, what can I buy for you that you can't? Girl, what can I do? Girl, you was way out of my league. Me going back over here. Because I talk like I'm a big dog. But he was a puppy. But no, I'm laughing and joking about it because of the fact I need you to understand what it is when you manifest. Now, later on, we had conversations and we were able to talk about things and we understood because we're both spiritual. So we both understood, once we had a conversation and he understood. Like now it's like, no, but I'm a great spiritual guide for him. That's all I can be for you, because I'm the type that I don't. So you have to be knowing what it is that you want. What is your intentions? So for me, when I ask for things and I manifest, I don't have a person in my mind, because then I'm changing my destiny. I don't have a person in my mind. I just tell God what it is. When I get to the point that I want to be in a relationship or do, date or different things like that, I let him know, and I don't have anyone in my mind. Therefore, I'm not being biased when people come through, and I'm not looking at it like, I don't really want to hang out with you because you ain't such and such. And then I keep tying myself to something that is not for me. So that's why I tell a lot of people, when you learn to actually heal, you will manifest from a place of clarity, transparency, just clarity. You know exactly what it is that you want. So people that know me, they know that. And I tell them all the time, I don't like the word, but they'll say, man, you lucky, you more blessed than I am. You get, how do you do it? How do you do this? And I explain to them, it's not that I'm lucky. It's not that I'm more blessed than you. I am anointed and I am blessed. However, I never allow the things of this world to get in front of my anointing. I never allow the things in this world to get in front of the character that I am. I never allow the things of this world to get in front of my purpose. See, God will give me everything that my heart desire as long as I stay in alignment with what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I am supposed to be teaching love, and I'm supposed to be showing love. Now, here's the thing, that craziest thing with me, right? It's not crazy. It's just one of those things of, okay, God, I wasn't trying to be ministering to anyone. I wasn't trying to be pastoring to anyone. I wasn't trying to be speaking of a place of leadership in the, because I don't like to say church, in the house of worship. Let's say that. I wasn't trying to do that. Like, I didn't feel that that was my lane. What my lane was, I've always known how to love. That's a gift that I have. And I learned how to teach people properly versus shoving it down their throat like, hey, you're doing it wrong. This is how you're supposed to unconditional love, by forcing my love on them. So what I had to learn to do is just learn how to stand in my power, stand in my purpose, be who I am. And people will see the love in me and how I treat others, and it will make them want to come and want to do better, right? So once I learned that, now I get on a platform. He tell me I got to get on a platform, and guess what? I come on here and I teach love, how to love yourself, how to set up boundaries, how to be the best version of yourself, how to manifest, how to meditate. I teach you how to do those things. But then some days it's like I'm giving a sermon, and for me, I'm like, that's not where I want to go, because I wasn't comfortable. And the reason why I wasn't comfortable, because I got a filthy mouth. Like, I don't be out like cussing folks out, but I be saying some stuff, and I like it. So God, how you gonna use me? I ain't ready to let that go yet, because whatever, Keish, but I ain't ready to let that go yet, because I got some funny stuff to say with that filthy mouth of mine, right? And so, and he had to make me understand, like, I ain't worrying about the words that come out your mouth, because I need you to be the vessel, because when you are the vessel, you're muted anyway. He's going to mute you anyway. When you surrender and understand what love is, right? And understand what love is, you know how to go within and love him like he loves you. So therefore, you know how to allow him to use you. So I'm like, okay, but I still kept running from the whole ministry things. I'm like, this ain't me, because, I grew up in a time that the only person that could tell you a minister and this, that, and the third is the pastor. And if the pastor, or you ain't went through no training, or you ain't went through this, and you ain't, shut up. That's the problem. That's why everything that was first is about to be last. And everything that is last is about to be first. Have y'all noticed some of y'all have been in conversations, and y'all usually are the ones that everybody come to and have a conversation with, but sometimes it gets so deep, you shock yourself. You shock yourself like, wait a minute, that kind of sound a little churchy. You get your own self goosebumps, because you like, where'd it come from? And then you stop and you like, hold on, God, And that was my thing. I was too nervous. Like, God, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to lead your people wrong. I'm not supposed to be coming out here like I got the glow, I got the juice, and you ain't told me that. But then I had to learn and be comfortable and confident, very confident in who I am, knowing his word. So if I pray for it and I speak it, I know now my different ticks that he give me or whatever, when I know that that's time for, while I'm in the mix and I'm thinking to myself like, wait a minute, this ain't me. Why am I, even though words are coming out my mouth, I'm thinking like, am I supposed, he gives me the little taps, the little things that I know that, okay, this him, just keep going. Just sit there. He's going to talk. Just go with the flow. Have your way. So I had to get away from thinking that, coming on here speaking to you guys was like ministering. No, I'm talking to you. See, I'm teaching you something. See, they call that the apostles, right? They talk about God, Jesus, how he spoke to the people and he was teaching them. He never went around saying, you this and you that and you this, that. He taught them of some knowledge. It's times in the scripture of his age gap and is missing, because it's like he was gone. Like this was the time that he was gone in scripture, meaning God was teaching him some things. It's a gap that you like, well, what happened to him from this age to this age? Well, you can only just imagine that those were the times that he was teaching, because when he came back on the scene, he was very knowledgeable. He was knowledgeable as a kid too. But when he came back on the scene, he was very knowledgeable. And so sometimes God will disconnect you. And I don't like to say that word isolate. I hate saying isolate. And the reason why I hate saying isolate is because isolation, see, the words that you choose is what registers up here. And whatever register up here, that is what your body is going to take in. Meaning that what you're going to connect yourself and surround yourself with. So let's say that word, isolated. Well, isolated made me feel like something bad, kind of negative, got to pull away because you got to isolate. See, it's lonely when you isolate. You disconnected. You're not around anybody. Then depression creeps up, anxiety creeps up. All these different things creep up on you. So I don't like to use the word isolate. A lot of people refer to it and say, God will isolate you. Don't put that on my God. What God will do is disconnect you, but he will allow you to still be present. Meaning that if I disconnect you from this group of people that is dragging you down and mistreating you and taking you down the wrong path, if I disconnect you from them, but allow you to still be present, meaning that you see what's going on in the world. You're still able to go outside. You're still able to enjoy people. You're still able to do these things, but I'm disconnecting you from these people so I can show you who they are. That's the better word to say. Just like negative. Let's all say the word. Just say it with me. Negative. Thank you, Cheyenne. I don't even know if I said that right. Sheena. Anyway, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. So let's say that word together. Negative. Well, negative means that something is bad. Something ain't right. It gives you a feeling. It already gives the alert of sit up, something's wrong, look around, which causes anxiety for some people. And then after you find out, now you got to investigate. Let me show you the path that you're about to go down. So right now I said, oh, that's negative. That's negative. You, me, what's negative? Now I got to find out what's negative. Why she saying what's negative? What's negative? What you talking about? Is in my bank account? What is going on? What's negative? See, it causes you to want to investigate. And then when you go down that rabbit hole, you done found out. Now you on the news, looking at the news. Now you trying to figure out why the banks go. Now you looking at the politics. Now you trying to figure out how does this connect. Now you trying to figure. You see what I'm saying? That's when that word negative triggers antennas in you that says something is wrong. But what if you say undesirable? It triggers nothing. Because you know you don't want it. It's undesirable. I'm not going to investigate anything. It's undesirable. I don't care. Who cares? I don't desire those things. I don't desire to care. Do you see, when you change the words, things flow better. The way you react to things better. So let's say positive. Good feeling. We always like good feelings, but everything can't always be positive. And everything positive don't mean good. But let's say desirable. I desire to have that in my life. See, it's a positive. He brings a positive. She brings a positive to my life because it's an extra income in the house. But having her around is a positive because I'm not lonely and going to bed at night. But see, let's try desirable. I desire her or him to be with me at night when I go to bed. I desire her or him. And I shouldn't be using those terms. Y'all shouldn't be having those things until you get married. But anyway, I desire these people in my home. I desire to have extra income in my home. Because when you desire, it's pleasant. It's like, your heart desire it. You desire it. So let's change the way we speak. Let's change the way we speak. So even with What was one of the things? Also, the other night we talked about the word morning, right? And a lot of when people go down their spiritual awakening and different thing. Hey, now. Go down their spiritual awakening and everything. We talked about how they say, oh, I don't say morning anymore. I say grand rising. They say grand rising. And then when you ask them, why don't you say morning anymore? They say, well, because who's morning? I'm not sad. Okay. That's cute. Okay. But the real root of the term comes from, as we talked about, Lucifer's name was Morning Star. So it's about how you want to look at it. So some people will look at it like, I'm not saying good morning. I'm not paying that dude no homage. Good morning. No. You see what I'm saying? So it's about what are you using? What words are you using? It makes you feel better. It makes you do better. Thank y'all for the like, shares, and the follows. You guys, thank y'all so much. So that's the thing. Now, let's look at friendship. Now, this is something that I want you to understand, because first off, let's talk about it. This is about self-love. Thank you for the follow. In order to love yourself and become the best version of yourself, you have to start disconnecting from people. So let me give you an example of friendship. Friendship is loyalty. We'll just keep it in simple terms. Loyalty. A union of loyalty. It does not mean that if I don't like this person, you don't like that person because we locked in. No, that's stupid. What I'm trying to tell you is the union of loyalty, meaning that it does not matter how bad it is, you are going to help me through it. It does not matter how bad it look, you are going to help me through it. It does not mean that, oh, my man left me, you didn't talk to me, you were supposed. No, that's trauma dumping. So for your best friend to disconnect from you because you keep talking about the same man that been mistreating you since high school, girl, bye. Okay? But the union of loyalty. But let me explain something to you. You can be friends with somebody for years, since childhood. That does not mean that they go with you when you go into your self-love journey. See, because on the other side of the awakening is the new you, where you pick up your new name. And I talk about it in my book. Mine is Malia. That means she's a queen. She's strong. But God called me Coach Nye. See, when you go through the spiritual awakening, I keep talking in this thing like it's on. Listen, so when you go through your spiritual awakening, on the other side is the people that God will have for you. You hear people say soul tribe. You hear people say, your spiritual family. It's the ones that is there for you so y'all can connect and complete the purpose that you're brought here for. So you can start operating that purpose. So those friends, just because y'all are friends, see, let me explain something to you. I have friends, and I use that very lightly, because sometimes it's just easier to say friend and just say, oh, this is a person I know, this is a person, because then you got to go through, oh, we ain't friends. No, because you're not loyal to me. My dad told me when I was a little girl, he said, Woogie, because I would always say, my friend, he said, you don't have any friends. When you get older, you're going to have your friends, you're going to be able to count on one hand. Your friends. Everybody's not your friends. They're your associates. Note taken. Now I'm 6 years old, going around, 6, 7. Associate. Oh, you not my friend. You my associate. Don't know what I'm saying. But I understand now. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I'm sorry, you guys. So I understand now. So the thing is, with these friends, they are going to be so jealous of you. When you decide to go through your self-love journey, now these are the same friends that you helped get out of from. Because you got to remember, y'all was on the same vibration. So therefore, y'all good. When you help them elevate to the better version of themselves, those the same friends, you helped them, they sucked all the energy out of you. You gave them everything. And then they became the better version of themselves. And then they looked down on you like, well, you shouldn't be, because they forgot where they came from. Now they top dog. Because now they feel like they're in a different vibration. These friends, some of them don't even realize that the enemy is using them. But I need you to understand. Let me explain to you how it goes. Those same friends are going to be the ones that when you're going through, because you can call, they can call you for anything. And when you call, the conversation is going to be like, oh, I hate you going through that. I wish I could do something. But let me tell you about what I'm going through. Those same friends are going to be the ones that's going to sit back, call you all the time, needing some prayer. Pray for me, but not going to ask you one time, how do you really feel with empathy? They're going to say sympathy like, I wish I could do something to help. Not one of my friends have ever laid hands on me to pray for me. Have never called me and said, you know what, I'm thinking about you. Let's pray. Not one of them decided, hey, you know what? That girl by herself, she going through this, that, and the third. She got all these things going on. Let me call her. Not one. But they always say this, though. Call me if you need me. So during my spiritual awakening, I said, okay, let me call you, because a part of your spiritual awakening and learning how to self-love is to allow people to help you. That's one of them. One of the things God will teach you is how to ask for help and receive help, because he's trying to kill the ego and the pride in us. He's trying to destroy what we thought that we created. Or we the strong ones, so we can't ask for nothing. He had to break that barrier. So therefore, it happened, right? So now you sitting around here, your same friend when you call, because I tested that theory. Because I had to. I was so determined to heal. I had to. I got you. I'm like, all right, great. I start delegating things. Like, all right, great. And then when it get down to it, girl, I got this going on. I got that going on. I got this. And guess what God taught me? You better not give any emotion to it. Because that's not what the lesson in this is. The lesson in this is for me to show you these are not your friends. See, I was thrust so hard into my spiritual awakening. See, my father passed. And it's like, I isolated myself because I thought that was the right thing to do. See, using that word, which caused me when he died in 2021, it caused me from 2021 to 2022 to add on. I had some add-ons. I was like the PDF product add-ons. I was adding more on to me. I was already sad. I don't want to grieve my father. I don't know how to grieve him. I'm not doing well. So now I'm isolating myself. God didn't isolate me. I isolated myself. And the enemy told me that was a great idea. Isolate. And what he did though, but when he came in and said, isolate, sis, I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm sick of people. And then he caused me to say things. I don't even like people. I hate being around people. I'm tired of people. Then depression came. Then he was like, oh, yeah, I got it right now. Hey, anxiety, come on over here. I need you to attach, and attack. Oh, wait a minute. Got something else. You're lonely, come on over here, because I need to open the way, because I need you to not get on your purpose. Because when you go through something tough like that, that is God's way. When you finally get low, that is his way to come in, because that's when you're strong. When you are at your lowest, that's when you're your strongest, when God come in. We're going to talk about in this workbook that I'm working on, that I'm about to publish here soon. But that's when you become the strongest. So, but in that time, the enemy kept telling me, no, sis, I'm going to keep bringing all these down. And he caused confusion. Now I'm confused. I got got chaos going on. I don't know if I'm coming or going. I don't know if I'm going left or right. Thank you for the hug. I don't know what's happening right now. All I know is that the enemy who I'm listening to made me feel good in that moment. And in that moment, because I was in a dry place, only the enemy dwells in a dry place. And since I was in a dry place, I had a lot of playmates that told me, hey, this is all it's going to get. Matter of fact, you lonely, I'm going to send you some love. Hey, ex-husband, come on back. She's going to marry you again because I needed to marry you because you going to mistreat her. And I need her to stay down here, right here. And if she stay married to you, she ain't going to never come up because you are not going to allow her to be better than you. But the problem is, somehow, in the mix of all that, because I got married again. Crack, crack, crack. I got married again to somebody that I knew wasn't no good for me in the first place. That's why I left him the first time. But yet I got married again. Now I'm married again. And guess what? 11 months later, I'm like, yo, this ain't for me. You're not going to play with me now. You played with me when I was in my 20s or early 30s. But I'm in my 40s now. I'm a big dog. I'm a big dog. I'm not the same Naisha I was, years ago. I'm not the same person. Even years ago, I didn't need you. But now in this moment, sir, you playing with the right one. But I'm going to hit you one better because what you want me to do is react. I'm not going to react. I'm going to go tell my daddy. And that's what I did. See, the problem was it took my father to pass away and he finally got in the spiritual realm and he hit up everybody like, no. You've been trying to get our attention all these years. You can't do that. This is where you got to hit her at. And I got hit so hard in my stomach. I got hit in a place that only my physical, my earthly father would know what hurt me because he's the only one that I talked to and told everything to. Right? Hit me right there. He loved me that much that he went straight to the gut because there's no sense of peeling the Band-Aid off of my baby real slow. Snatch it off because she's strong. She gonna hurt. I'm not there. She can't call me. And when I tell you I broke, because that was the time in that hour that those so-called friends, the ones that always called me, the ones that always said, hey, you need me, call me. Them the ones in that hour that nobody checked on old Coach Nye. But that wasn't the plan. The plan was for it to play out the way it was because now God stepped in because now I'm at my weakest. Now I'm at my strongest. Now I'm strong. Now I'm in there. And I'm sitting back and now I'm at a place that I have no choice but to walk through the dark night of the soul. And that dark night of the soul, as we talk about, is you facing you. I had no choice because there's nothing left. The world that I'm living in, the world that I created for myself right now, in this moment that I created for myself, is destroyed and I'm watching it burn. I have nothing to turn and go back to. So I had to go forward. See, and that's when God will get you and walk with you. It's the moment when you have to make the choice. If you want to be better and be the best version of you and get everything that he promised you, get the wealth that he told you he was going to give you. See, everybody like, give me the wealth. I want the money. It ain't even about the money. It's the spiritual wealth. Meaning that now I go through life and nothing bothers me to the point that it will have me with anxiety and depression because I'm spiritually balanced. You will probably get my attention. You'll get my attention. But it's then when I remember you're not worth my time because I am so rich right now. So it's not that you coming for me. You trying to rob me of my energy. You're trying to rob me of my spiritual gift. You're trying to rob me of my ascension. You're trying to rob me of the things that you can't get because you're not me. It's not about them jealous. It's the fact that I am royalty. And that's what happens when you go through your spiritual awakening. When you come out on the other side, you are clothed with your robe of royalty, and everybody is looking at you. It's the fact that I want to be your friend. I want to touch you. I want to be like her. It is people out here trying to destiny swap. But before I healed, they could have destiny swapped with me all day. Told me everything about me and told me, hey, you ain't going to be this. And I would have forgot about everything. Y'all, thank y'all for the likes, gifts, shares. Thank you for all that. They could have did all those things. But see, it's something about me being healed. See, now that I'm healed, you can't tell me nothing. The whole time you talking to me, I could be smiling and praying for you at the same time. Smiling and rebuking you at the same time. See, I know that I have a direct connection with him. You do too. It's just that you have to go within and heal. And everything starts within. The kingdom of God is within you. Yep. Listen, the kingdom of God is within you. God is with, that's why they say, and you hear, and you will hear me always say, go within. Man, I knew God. I knew what he was about. I knew how much he blessed me. But the blessings are totally different now. See, he only gave me kind of surface level thing. He kept a protection over me. I was protected. Didn't know I was protected. Didn't know until I went through the dark night of the soul when he showed me me. And what he showed me was, as we talked about yesterday, everyone, in the Bible, it talks about the book of life and things like that. And you'll look at the book and I do not know you and this, that, and the third and this, that, and the third. But I said, what if I was to tell you the book of life is that time, that point in time when you decide to go through your awakening and the dark night of the soul, because it's level 1 when he showed you everything that you've done wrong, everything that was done wrong to you, everything when you didn't even know you was getting attacked, and he starts showing you. All of a sudden you get an aha moment. Conversations that you had with a person 10 years ago, and now he's showing you that whole time that conversation was about you. But that was your friend. See, that's what it is. And a lot of people don't make it past level 1. They turn back and they go back to the burning bushes, the burning forest. See, I chose not to go back there because I had more to I had too much to lose, meaning that I got my boys and I want my boys to see me better. I want my boys to see how good it's going to get. See, they know it's good. They live a good life. They never had to struggle. But I want them to understand what it really means to be protected. Watch your mama. You know what I mean? I got grandbabies that's going to come through here, come through the pipeline. I got great grandbabies that's going to come through. I need to set them up for the generational wealth. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about spiritually, meaning that when grandma gone, I ain't got no grandbabies yet. I ain't no grandma yet. But anyway, when grandma gone, when great grandma gone, they are still protected. They going through life and everybody like, well, why? Everybody else done walked off the cliff and they done went over, but here you are. You done walked off the cliff. Hey, boo-boo, you done walked off the cliff and you steady walking on water and you doing everything else and everybody else over here struggling. See, that's the protection. That's the generational wealth of spiritual generational wealth, meaning that they are protected forever on. Meaning that there's nothing that can come their way that they're not going to be able to bounce back from. There is nothing that's going to happen when they say, well, you ain't going to get that job. And all of a sudden they get that job times 2. And they're not qualified. Not qualified at all. See, that's what the generational wealth is. No matter what happens, you don't have to worry about where your food going to come, because you look at it just what he said. Birds do not fly. Wake up, flying, talking about what I'm going to eat for the day. They don't have those worries. That's what my generation is not going to have, those worries about where's the food going to come from? Where's my clothes going to come from? Where's my shelter going to come from? Because they already are operating in their purpose. Because I decided to break the curse. I decided to step out and step into something totally different. Step into something that the people before me, or the one that was before me, was afraid to do, or didn't know how to do, or was so held back and confused because they were going off of what was taught to them, what everybody would say. So sometimes I look at my father like, well, he was that one. It was something about him. Me and him would have spiritual talks or whatever we would do. My dad, he drank, he talked noise, he was always fighting, but he was a good dude. He was very spiritual. And the thing was, he took to me. I'm the only girl because I was doing the same thing. Out there doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. But his job and his purpose was not to be around here talking about some, I'm royalty, because at the time, folks didn't understand what that meant. His job was to be who he was, because I needed to see that in him. And I needed to take the torch and go to another level with it. My job may not be the one to bring the millions to the bloodline, but my sons, I carried the torch. And they could be the ones. But at the end of the day, he did not fail his point. My dad had a job and he got the job done because he always poured into me. He always talked to me. He always spoke to me. When I did wrong, he didn't down me. He just said, hey. This is not the route you're going to go because it's something greater for you. He would always say it's something greater for you. When I would do good, he would just look at me like I made that dude. He just felt like, proud. He was proud because I was going down the same path. He didn't graduate high school. I'm in trouble all the time. I'm fighting all the time. I didn't graduate high school. But when I said I'm going to the army, he said he was proud because he went to the army. Now, that joker didn't make it past being a private. I don't even think he made it 2 weeks in the army. I don't know, but fighting out. He got put out. So when I said I wanted to go to the army, it's the way he took his hand and grabbed like my shoulders like Woogie. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And then when I drove off, because I'm getting ready to go get on the bus to go to the meth station, I remember looking in the rearview mirror and he was still standing in the street waving. Because he would always tell me, it's greatness for you. Greatness is in you. But I had a little destiny swapper. My brother. Everything that that joker be doing it. But he would do it times 10. He danced. Everybody knew he could dance. I wasn't the type to be out there dancing. I'm dancing. But this the dude, you can dance better than me. I'm about to go tap dance on the moon. Like he was that dude. So it was just like, all right, cool. So all attention was on him. All attention was on him to be greatness. But see, my father always told me I was great. I'm destined for greatness. He always told me that. Always. See, he may not have known and he does know. See, parents know what's in their kids, so he knew. So he didn't fail me. That was the best thing he ever could have did was to, teach me, pour into me. Because even growing up, he will be the only one. You're beautiful. My mom would say, she got this birthmark on her eye. She's going to be so ugly. She's ugly. But he said it's a beauty mark. So everything she would say, her hair is this nappy hair and she dropping it straight and comb down my back and burning my back up. He would come to me and say, your hair is beautiful. Everything that she would say that would tear me down. And I would just sit there and just stare off into space at 6 and 5 and 7 years old and stare off into space because I don't know how to react. I don't know what's going on. Until one day I just finally told him like, hey, you just saying that because you're my dad. But in reality, I'm really ugly. That's how I looked at it because the person that loved me the most told me that. He poured into me. See, he was teaching me how to love myself. I just didn't know it yet. It wasn't until I became older. So the things I went through in life wasn't one of those things of just like, kids go through these things. No, it was the reason behind it. It was the spirit that was in the people that was attacking me. And the reason why they were attacking me is because I had greatness in me. I didn't understand it yet. I knew I had gifts, but I didn't understand what was happening yet. Until now, I understand. So that's why when you go through your dark night of the soul, when you go through your self-healing and your self-love journey, when you face you, and God show you things, this is where it comes to. What are you going to do? Are you going to get mad and go back for everybody and tell them, you did this to me, you did this to me? Or are you going to forgive them and heal them because you know it wasn't them? It was the spirit in them. It's no way that my mom didn't love me. She birthed me. She birthed me. The greatness in me will always attract the spirits around you. So I had to learn how to heal and tell myself and remember that love, unconditional love, they didn't mean it. It's okay. Move on. Now, what happens is I live in my truth. I live in my beauty. I live in my true, authentic self. I am who I am. And the people that allowed the spirit to use them, guess what they do? They come around and they see that in me. They can't help but compliment me. They can't help but want to, celebrate me. Because it's the greatness in me, everything that I've overcome. So you got to know me and know my story to understand my glory. You can't see me in a place that I am in now and think, oh, she's always had it good like that. No, sir, I did not. I made things look good. I made me raising boys by myself, single parent by myself. I made it look good. But it wasn't good. It was times I wanted to give up. Because when I look back, because after I healed, see, a lot of things I thought like this. I thought, well, it's okay. People was mistreating me. It's okay. People didn't think about me. It's okay. It's okay. It's when I started healing, I realized, hell no, it ain't okay. No, that was not okay. It was not okay for me to be raising my boys by myself and my family talking about some call me if you need me. I'm in states away with no family, working. Nobody thought like, hey, I'm states away going in labor with my first child. And I'm telling folks, oh, no, I'm going to go in by myself. I'll be good. I'm just going to drive myself on a due date. And if my water break, I'll just drive myself and I'll just check myself in, have a baby, and we'll come back home. See, I'm young. I don't know how this go. I'm thinking I'm good because I've been doing everything by myself. So I knew that God would give me the strength. I leaned on him. No, he didn't give me the strength. I didn't know that how am I going to get in the car, put that kid in a doggone car seat talking about, come on, kid, let's go. I had C-sections. But in the time of me awakening and understanding and healing, I realized that they were wrong. My family should have been there. It's okay. That's all I kept telling them. It's okay. It's okay. They got stuff to do. They got to work, No, it's not okay. It wasn't okay. And I had to learn to say it's not okay. Right? It's not okay. Because I shouldn't have been in a predicament like that with my first child. Right? So, that's what God had to show me. It's not that he wanted me to go back and say, you know what, y'all messed up. How y'all let me? No. He wanted me to sit in that and feel. Because all these years I hadn't felt. I learned how to block it off. So that's the purpose when you go through the self-healing journey and you're awakening, your dark night of the soul facing you. He wants you to sit in it and feel. Because there's no way that you're going to ever be able to have the empathy for a person if you don't know what it truly feels like. You block these things off for years. People have been mistreating you for years and you block them off. No, he wants you to feel. Not go get at the person, but feel it. See what it feel like. Because you got purpose, baby. You got purpose. That's all. God is not trying to hurt you. He just wants you to feel. He wants you to see. He wants you to look at people for who they truly are. When people show you who they are, that is who they are. Period. Don't try to sugarcoat it. We all did it. I see the potential. Yeah. Sorry, I had to put it on Do Not Disturb. He got a good heart. They got a good heart. I see it in them. Look at the spirit. You got no good heart. That joker is the son of the devil. You better run. That joker showing you who you are, who he is, right off the bat. I had a guy come up to me and was like, "Hey, is you toxic?" Hit him with the Nikki. He told me, "Hey, I'm toxic as hell, and I want to come in your life and ruin it." What I do? I see the potential in him. That joker used to get me so mad until I told him, I said, "Devil, get thee behind me. Because you rage bait." How? Rage bait. So when I called him out and I specifically said, "You are the devil and I rebuke you right now in the mighty name of Jesus. I cast you into the pits of hell. And if you can't go to the pit of hell, you need to go to dry places. You can't come here." And when I decided to do that, I had to cut it off completely. That joker would call back talking about some, "You ready? Do you think we fist to go back and forth?" Oh, okay. That's the game. See, I don't know how to play these games. So you break up, get together, do a part, come back to... No, that ain't me. Not me. When I don't like you, I don't like you. Get out of here. I'm not fooling with you. I don't play with people. Something my dad told me a long time ago is never play with a man's heart. That's how you can get yourself KILLED. And I never did it. I'm not going to play with you. I don't have the energy to go back and forth. It's cute, makeup, to break up. Hit him with the Nikki. No, we're not doing that. I don't care about no potential, your spirit. I don't care nothing about it because your spirit don't like my spirit. So you're going to constantly try to kill, steal, and destroy any kind of joy or peace that I have because that's your job. And I can't stop you from doing your job. I can't tell you you shouldn't treat me like that. I can't do that because you're doing your job. You are the devil. You're doing your job. So I need to disconnect myself from you because you are not allowed in my space. When a person, a female or a male, I don't care who it is, show you who they are, understand. Their job is to kill, steal, and destroy any kind of peace you got, any kind of happiness you got, any kind of joy you got. Whatever path you on to disrupt, that gets you from your purpose. Now, your destiny is your destiny. But if they can keep you from walking in alignment with your purpose, then therefore you won't get to your destiny because they're going to take you out with every chance they got. And then when they take everything from you, suck you dry, take you out or whatever, they'll show up to your funeral and say, "Man, she had a good heart, but she always had an attitude, man. I mean, she was a headache for me, but she had a good heart, but they ain't going to never give you your props, even in death. They going to give you the flowers like, "Now, see, I shouldn't even have to buy you these flowers." No. Oh, no. Get out of there. You can stay if you want to. It's up to you. I don't. But that mean you can't properly heal. And this was even on my awakening, in my self-love journey, when I'm going down my journey and learning things about myself. See, the enemy was like, hey, this is when, see, we talk about Job. Talk about Job when the devil showed up to the table. It was like, "Hey, you don't let me mess with him because you got this hedge over him. So, don't even come with me like that, God, because I can't do nothing with him." God was like, "All right, cool. You can do everything but kill him. Go ahead." Now the devil, he done put his foot in his mouth. So he got some work to do. So he get out there. So in your self-love journey and your healing, as you go through your awakening, what's going on is God is going to allow him to come. But this is for you to learn. This ain't a test. Everybody, "God, keep testing me." That ain't a test. He's teaching you something. And when you get to the point and stop looking at it and giving it words and saying words that have no meaning to it, that causes frustration, anger, and anxiety. Because all you're going to do, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do when you say, "Oh, I'm tired of the test. You don't want to give up." And that's all you're going to do is complain and holler and cry. So look at it for what it is. In this moment, God, what is it that you need me to learn? Like me, when I went to basic training, when I went to the Army, I didn't look at it as boot camp. Everybody like it's boot camp, and then they was all freaking out. You had some on suicide watch, you had some over there. Me, I looked at it as basic training. What does basic training mean? Basic training mean they're teaching me how to do my job. What's up, A-Town? So in the mix of that, God, what is it that you need me to learn in this moment? Because it seemed to be the same energy and a different dude. What is happening? See, he allowing the enemy, hey, okay, go ahead. And it was up to me to learn how to deal with that. See, what I was supposed to learn is the things I need to look out for. Okay, it's all in his eyes. See, the first thing was when he said, is you, what that joker said, I just said it, is you toxic? Ha! First thing, that ding, 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 ding. Not me. No, I'm not toxic. What are you saying? And then I was doing workout programs. And he like, oh, what is you YouTuber? He was already, you don't know me, and already downplaying my work ethic, man. So flags, like everything about this guy was a flag. Like you're not even my type. Like the air you breathe is a flag. Like you breathing in my space where my air at. That ain't even my type. I don't even date guys that breathe like you breathe. Like, no. See, it was all those things that God was trying to show me in everything and showing me like, hey, this is how you identify. Look in their eyes. Watch how they move. Watch the walk. When you say something, watch the reaction. When you do this, watch this, because what he was trying to teach me, it had nothing to do with him. He was just slow. It had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with, I need you to identify the devil. You need to know who is Lucifer. When he show up in these different types of forms, you need to know who he is. You need to call him out by name. You need to stop him in his tracks. This is what God is teaching you. It ain't no test. You talking about something, I want some love. I want love. No. Guess what? The love is coming. But you need to identify, because the enemy, the demons, the devil is not ugly. That joker fine. Yeah, they're a demon. Listen, they fine. Man, they everything that your heart desire in that moment. What do you desire? See, that's how the enemy talk to you. What is it that you want in life? When y'all go on a date, tell me about you. And you go on, well, let me tell you. So when I was 2 and when I was 3, so I went through and I did this and this person did this. And my weak spots are this, that, and the third. And you just giving the enemy an easy way in. The enemy like, all right, cool. Thank you for the follow, Connie. All right, cool. Too easy. And then the next day, he done destroyed you. In less than 24 hours, he has destroyed you. And now I hate love. I'm never dating again. No, you just don't date the enemy. You dated the enemy. And in those moments, you go and you curse God. You get mad at God and you want to give up on your journey and you want to give up. It's no. You don't give up. You look at, when you start learning and looking at life like this is how you look at life. Nothing that you go through in life has anything to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. It has everything to do with bringing him the glory, because everything in your life has to be a testimony for somebody else. Now, who you tell your testimony to is not up to you. God will tell you who to tell it to, but y'all go around telling everybody your testimony. Like, yeah, and then ain't nobody happy for you. And then you walking around here looking like you're crazy. Like, well, that it must not be true. I may not be that spiritual and this, that, and that. No, they just weren't supposed to get your testimony. See, everything that you go through has a reason behind it. So when the next time you go out and date, don't go out to the date and tell the dude, So the next time you go out, see, it's certain things that happen, right? That taps and ticks and make you know what you're supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be saying. So staying on topic and staying on track. The next time when you decide to go out with someone or allow them to take you on a date, you do not lead with everything that you went through and what the last person did to you. When they say, hey, I want to get to know you. Tell me about you. What is it that you want to know about me? See, that's the thing. What is it that you want to know about me? Because you're not general. You need to be more calculated on how you run your life, because this is your vessel. This right here is what you house. So you got to understand, that's what God wants you to know, is what do you need to learn in that moment. So when you're dealing with that person, just because you're dealing with the same type of person and everybody like, oh, this test, I keep getting the same dude. It's not a test. It's not a test. It's not a test. But what it is for you to learn that lesson that's in that. Just what is it that you need me? Because what do you need me to learn? It's not so much are you going to pass the test. It's what do you need me to learn? He needs you to be able to identify the enemy. Because in this season of love, in this season of your awakening, in this season of the dark night of the soul, when you decide to go through your dark night of the soul, when you decide to awaken to the truth is everything that you knew does not exist and it's been made up. When you allow him to teach you and you decide to go within and love yourself, he wants you to know who the enemy is. See, a lot of people think the enemy is the person that told you no. Or when you ask your friend, hey, how does this look? And they say they don't like it and you a hater. And they tell you no. Let me do my puzzle. They tell you no. Excuse me. That's not what that is. Okay? You are learning in this season. You are learning because you're about to operate in your purpose. In this time, this is where I'm about to close it out because it's time for me to, I got to go in prayer. So in this time, what you have to do is you have to go within, heal yourself, become the best version of yourself, work on you, because we're now entering into a time where I always have to explain this. People say you're jumping timeline. What's up, Pop Hood? A-Town, what's up? People say you're jumping timelines. People say the new earth. People say these new gifts. People think that you about to be running around here like the Avengers, jumping out, it's the end game. You about to be doing all this. Well, it is the end game, but in a different way. So let's look at how it goes. In this new timeline that you're in, this is the timeline when you understand that, hey, you love yourself. You understand what spirituality is. You understand that you're separating yourself from everything that you once knew. All the religion and how they told you that you need to live. You understanding that, hey, the kingdom of God is within you. You understand that you're not going to be a god of self. The kingdom of God is within you. You understand who you are and whose you are. You understand that, your purpose is much bigger than everything else. So when you jump into the new earth, when you get on this side, I'm trying to tell you, Pop Hood, don't come for me. Listen, but when you get on this new earth, right, and you're operating in this new earth, it does not mean that it's going to be like going to the moon. It doesn't mean that you're about to float somewhere else. What it means is that you're on a different timeline, that you're not with the foolishness. See, all the stuff that's going on in the world, they're shutting down this, they're shutting down that, they finding money here, giving money there, they're taking jobs from here, they're taking jobs from there. People ain't eating, people ain't doing this. And it's only the low vibrational people that is freaking out and not going within. Because if you go within, you don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. I can't worry about that because I can't control it. Why would I stress myself to be around something? I worry about something that I can't control. So all I got to do is just keep my eyes on the prize. God told me that it's going to be okay. God said that he got me. It was the reason why I had to go through awakening. It's the reason that I'm in this timeline right now. It's the reason why I'm standing up in a leadership position. It is a reason why I'm speaking the way that I'm speaking. And that reason is because I have to make sure that I am not the crab in the bucket, that I am grabbing you and I'm bringing you with me. You like my rock. I'm going to put you on. You coming on with me. And in order for you guys to want to come and go with me, believe in me, I have to lead by example. I have to do the right thing. I have to. So listen, I got to download and I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go pray because I got to figure out what happened, because my biggest thing is, and I fear this. This is a fear. And I'm not afraid to say this because I'm so connected. And the fear is leading you astray, saying something or not saying what I'm supposed to say, or not being in alignment with what the message is. So, and just like I always say, I only come on here if I got something to say. And if I ain't got nothing to say, I don't come on here. I don't use the platform to do anything else. Like, I don't have a personal social media account. I come on here and do my job. And that's what it is. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. So, I just want to make sure that I'm in alignment. Because these are big shoes to fill, to be a leader and to put a message out and to not mix it up with my personal. Like, okay, I like to laugh and joke. We'll laugh and joke. We have a good time. But sometimes, I have to stop myself because I don't want to derail from what the purpose is. So anyway, y'all, I love y'all. And if nobody told you, just know I love you the mostest. I am so proud of you guys. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I think Thursday we're going to finish the conversation about what we talked about last week. We talked about the fall of Lucifer and the morning star. So talk about that and learning how to make sure we know how to identify the enemy. That is the key, identifying the enemy. If you can't identify the enemy, you in big trouble. Oh boy, you're going to be wandering around the wilderness, okay? So that's what I want to make the study, okay? And I want you guys to remember to pour into yourself, then pour into others. Remember to treat people kindly. This is all about love. Show love. Even in the midst of everything that's going on, you have people that's losing their job. You have people that's going through it. And just because you are calm does not mean that you need to look at them and say, oh, well. Just because a certain group of people ask for certain things and then now they're getting them and they're freaking out does not mean that you have to sit and say, that's what you get. That's not how that go. God is not going to bless that. What you have to do is, I know it's hard to not do a little chuckle and a little, well, you asked for it. Oh, well, it's hard, but can't do it. You know what I mean? We still have to show love. He said, love your neighbor. And that's what the neighbor is. The ones that's low vibrational. Okay? That's the neighbor. So we're going to start breaking down more things. So you guys continue to pray for those folks that's going through it, that's affected by everything that's going on. We all affected by it, but pray for folks, okay? I love you guys. And keep up the good work. I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Coach Nye out. Oh, and thank y'all for all the gifts, the likes, and the shares. I got a big old teddy bear, but I was in the zone. But thank y'all. Love you. Bye-bye. And also, I can't never just close. Dang, I be just trying to get out of here and close. Listen, go to my YouTube. That's where I will load all of the lives. So if you missed some of it, I look at my bio, get my YouTube, and I'm loading up all the lives. So talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.